My name is Grace Wanzala Maganga. I identify myself as an environmentalist. Career-wise, I did a Bachelor's of Environmental Planning and Management in Kenyatta University. But life is a journey, and throughout, I turned out a model, an artist as well. So my life is kind of a fuse of both, and that's what I basically do. Being an environmentalist means that you care for the earth, you have a genuine love for the earth, and you stand by the rules that the earth is finite. You are a person who embodies sustainable living. You are conscious of how you're living to the rest in relation to the environment. That's what it means. And when I say I'm an environmentalist, I am proud to embody such characteristics. And it comes to time. It comes to with a certain sort of care, and you just feel it in you, like, we should really take care of this earth. It's the only one we have. And look what kinds of modeling you have, as you said. There are pageant modeling, there's the runway modeling. There are others who are also part models. For the part models, are like the models who only do hair, maybe their nails, their legs, their outfits. And then there are those like me. I'm a pageant model. Most of the people know us as pageant girls. They're the ones who wear crowns and go on the runway. Basically, the difference between the runway modeling and the pageant modeling is because in runway modeling, the model is showcasing the attire, the outfit, the designer's work. But what's different and very, how can I say, very personal to a pageant model is because you're showcasing your personality. You're not showcasing someone else's work. You're showing yourself. You're selling yourself as a brand. So as I stand there on the runway, I'm representing Grace. Who is Grace? She looks like this, she thinks like this, she talks like this, she presents like this. These are her abilities, this is what she can do, and this is what she can support. And that's the beauty about the pageant modeling I have been having over the time was Miss Earth. I can say it's a privilege that I began that high. Well, as I said, I wasn't looking for it. I just bumped into it, and it's like the universe was aligning with me at that time. Miss Earth was it's one of the big four pageants we have in the entire world. So for it to come in Kenya at the time and say they have a call, and for me participating, getting to semifinals and to the end was such a big win. I came in second place, so it was Miss Earth Kenya 2021 air. Yeah, and I've held that reign until 2022. I participated in Miss International Kenya. I also ran up, but then I was like, it's fine. So I still hold into my Miss Earth title because it's kind of higher than the Miss International one by the worldwide eye. Environment is still my career as much as it's my passion. And I always wanted to model from a younger age. I just didn't know where to start. So when Miss Earth were having their calls, I was like, should I not? But then my friends convinced me. They were like, Grace, you like modeling, you like pretty things, you like such kind of, I love fashion by the way. I've watched those things since I was a kid. Any runway watch, I will just watch them. Plus my mom made me watch them most of the time. I think she played a part in it. We will watch all the Tyra Banks show. Anytime there's a fashion show on the TV, we'll be like, let's come see what they have. Able to. So when Miss Earth came, I applied. I remember when we applied, we had auditions all the way in Thika. I didn't been to Thika much like what would be taking me to Thika. So that time I had at least something taking me to Thika. Went for the auditions. And that's when my friends started saying, oh, you actually decided to take it seriously. You went all the way to Thika. That's when they knew, now I'm going. And then later on, we got an email that I was part of the finalists who were supposed to go to semifinals. And I remember being very happy. And the main reason that took me to Miss Earth is because of the environment side. Because there's Miss World, there's Miss International, there's Miss Grand, there's a lot of these titles, but I never went for them. They never made me have the pull to go for it. But for Miss Earth, it stood out for me, and I felt that's a cause I can stand by. Remember, it's about your personality. So if a cause doesn't speak about you, you don't feel any connection towards it. So that's how I applied for Miss Earth, because of the environment side. And how do I balance? It's because I realized about pageantry is more about how good are you with people, your connections, your resource mobilization skills. A lot of that is taken to test, you see. You just have to balance, because when it comes to environment, right now we are going about the climate change discussion. We're having a lot of climate action activists. We're having a lot of programs that are taken towards sustainability and green growth as a country and a nation at large, as a continent as well. But now what we lack are the youths who are there to push themselves. What we lack are the innate push for youth to say, you know what, I don't really need to be a really big player in the industry or a big person. I can start from wherever I am. Whatever opportunity I get, I use it as a stepping stone. And that was my concept. That was my perception when I decided to join MISAT. I was like, what will make me stand out as an environmentalist from the rest? Yes, I am good academically as well, but I must have something within me that's different. So I decided to go for the modeling route, and I have not been disappointed. Most of the activities I undertake will revolve around climate action because that's where the world needs it more. But I would also like to point out to just don't become something because the world needs it. You need to ask yourself, what does the world need from me? What's my purpose? So when I decided to join for the movement of caring for the environment, I decided that let me give it my all and try about climate action. So most of it will revolve around planting trees, tree plantation. And nowadays it's just as planting, we say tree growing. And we were able to find sponsors. As a model, I'll have to be the one who goes out and look for sponsors to do these events. I have to look for charity, goodwill and all that. And basically take people from different talents and all that to come together and do a program. So if we decide we're having a tree growing program in a certain school, that's what I do. I bring people together, carry out, and that's what I've been doing over the years. And I've been able to have sponsors who enable us to have tree nurseries. And that's a big step for me as well as a model and bring the transformation about. I've been to events, we planted over 1,000 trees. Other events, 300 trees. I've been to potting exercise where we just get to pot even 500 seedlings in the nursery. Yeah, so cumulatively, that's a lot. I love it because it brings out the best in me. Someone once said, the world needs more people who are alive. And how do you come alive? You come alive when you do something that comes from the inside. So when you feel alive, you're able to give a lot to the world. So for me, it was simple. I just had to zero into the things that make me feel good. And when I zeroed into environment, one thing I knew when I was choosing a course, entering in campus, I knew I don't want a course. I know, okay, it can sound a little bit normal, but I was young that time. I just had one reason. I just wanted a job that I won't be in an office. I don't think I was meant for routine life and being in an office and all that. I can't have an environment that's the same. I can't have walls. I just can't. But then you can't escape having walls wherever you're working. So, okay, I choose a job that I'll always be outside, you know, doing field work, doing what. So I ended up with geography kind of courses because I really passed geography and mathematics. I loved that stuff. So it was easy for me to join environment. And on the modeling side, environment took me into modeling. And then my life has just been like that. It makes me feel good from inside. It's about selling yourself and bringing your personality to life. So if I do something and my personality is not brought out to life, it feels dead. So yeah, that has been my journey. I'm sure you guys can stick around for the next part that is coming up to show you more about it. And it has been a beautiful journey all the way. My name is Grace Maganga. I've been telling you about my journey, so let's carry on. Well, previously I mentioned I was Miss Earth Kenya, previously 2021, but over the years my journey has been changing, and now I also have other titles as well. And I can say I'm the founder of a group. It's called the ACE program, right here. And the ACE here stands for Action for Climate Empowerment. We're having a paradigm shift from the normal organizations that we know, and we're trying to encourage more youth into entrepreneurship, especially social entrepreneurship. So I said, why not? I can be one of those youths who decide to go into social entrepreneurship. So when I was coming up with ACE, I registered it as a company, and it's supposed to be a company that it's profits for the environment, for the community, and bringing good to people. So as you said, you might think that ACE is short for Grace, because ACE is my, how would I say, my AKA. I am Grace. When you remove gender, you get ACE. When I tell people about ACE, they'll be like, oh, but that's just your name. I'm like, coincidentally. But no, when I thought of ACE, I thought of Action for Climate Empowerment. Then it just got better when it happened to be my name as well. So Action for Climate Empowerment is a social enterprise that we want to major in seedling distribution. For this seedling distribution, it's what many youths are also trying to get into right now, which is very encouraged. And most of the people, because now we're trying to enter into the green sector jobs, and that is quite well. But the other side of me encourages innovation a lot. And the innovation is how you do things differently. You might wonder, as people keep throwing the name around, what is innovation? What is innovation? Do I need to think too much to be an innovator? No. Okay, yes, you might need to think, but it's plainly how you do something simple. So you'll ask me, I am Grace. I want to enter into this tree seedling business. I want to be a distributor of tree seedlings. I want to have tree nurseries from the community. But what's making me different from the others? So what makes me different from the others is that I'm incorporating art. As I said, I am a person. This is my personality. What I do has to bring up my personality. So yes, I care about the environment, but yes, I'm an artist. And what many people do not know is that artists have a lot to give back to Mother Earth, a lot to give back to the world, and that's what I'm trying to bring to light with ACE. As much as we're doing this in a business type of format, so that we call it a social enterprise, it's more of a not-for-profits because the money that we're using to raise these nurseries is coming from the artists themselves, and that's where the artists come to play. So when we're launching this program, is a program where I've been listing artists. We want to work with different sort of artists. As long as the same way there are different types of models, there are different types of artists. For me, I can say I'm a model, I'm an artist, a designer is an artist, a tailor is an artist, photographer is an artist yourself, you're an artist who writes stories and shows to people. I paint as well, by the way. I'm an artist. There are those people who draw, sing, play music. All of those are artists, and all of those are the ones who I want to bring together and tell them, you know what, we have a lot to give back to Mother Earth, and ACE is here for you to do that. So in the coming program that we're aiming, we'll first start off with the arts that's for drawing. Not some performances yet, but we're also planning on that with shows because those need physically to be physically there. As at now, I'm bringing together artists who are sparking emotion using their canvases, the ones who are drawing, the ones who are using paint, and hopefully one by one we get them all, and they can join our cause. Every day I wake up and I see the sun is up, it means I need to try something. And last year was it? Last year when Beyonce released an album, and when she has those background talks where she's talking, she once said, "Do not be afraid to be seen trying. No one should be afraid to be seen trying. You just go for what's yours. You never know where your luck is." And also that's something modeling has taught me. Opportunities just come when you least expect, and you need to be there for them. Just show up. To the several talks I've been, and I find myself in a panel because I've had such opportunities. I always just, my parting shot is always show up. Show up. Don't wake up and say, I'm feeling, I don't know how, I'm not ready. Well, because I've been there before. I've been there before, and the regret you get after it is not good. And it takes you into a spiral emotion, and self-sabotage gets in play as well. So just show up. Every day is a new day to try again. Self-sabotage, that's a thing. And I really want to speak to the youths out there, the ones who are watching this. Do not, do not let self-sabotage put you down. I know you could be saying, how can I sabotage myself? I cannot sabotage me. How? No. Well, the worst part is that it happens without you knowing. And it's the little things that matter. Like, hello, Grace, where are you? In the house. Would you mind coming? We have a thing that's happening here. In that split second, it's a yes or no, or I'm busy. You never know what is awaiting you there. And when you're working in the volunteering world, in the community world, in the social side of world to change a community, you really have to figure out your time and be decisive in split seconds of where you want to be or where you're going. It's either a yes or a no. So the decisions you make really matter so that you don't end up regretting. Don't regret. That's the word. Don't regret. So show up so that it doesn't have to be a cycle of I wish, I wish, I wish. And the next time I see myself, first of all, let me track a bit. I talked about art, yeah. And for me, art has been a beautiful journey because I realized that it's very wide. And in Kenya, I must say that we're not putting much effort. We should be. We should be one of the countries at the forefront of art in the whole of Africa and taking it by storm. And that also includes fashion as a model. I see a lot of people doing well, and people are coming up. The other day we had the fashion couture, the tribal chic, and such kind of things. So to answer your question, in 5 years, I really want to be an art mogul in Kenya. That's where I want to be, and not just any art that speaks to spreading good to the world, in a very innovative way, and encourage youth to take up their sports. My parents, I don't know where to start with them because they have been very supportive. I can't say any other thing apart from that. My parents have been very supportive. And of course, I don't blame them. Every parents have their doubts at the beginning of anything. They have to do their due diligence with what their kids want, which is quite natural. And they did that as well. I will start with the career part. I did well in my KCSE first. So when I got a letter from KU, and to start with, in our time, we had the time to review. We will do it in school. I think most of us are there. You'll choose your subjects in school and all that. And then when the results come, you can do a review again. So for me, with how I chose when I was in school, it was still okay. I didn't have to do a review. I was sure I was going to be called back there. But in between the period, I don't know what changed. I felt like I need to go and do a review of my subjects. So my dad is there waiting for these high courses that I passed for, and I did a review behind his back. So I wanted to do an environment thing, I wanted to do something to do with the environment because I don't want to sit in the office in the first place. So I changed. So when the letter came and it came exactly what I wanted, my dad was like, "Sasa Grace, alafu hii tunafanya aje sasa? Hii itakusaidia aje tuseme kama sasa umemaliza na utaki kuandikwa kazi sasa umeamua utakusaidia aje?" And I was like, hatuwezi kosa njia. For the youths out there who are watching this, millennials on the move, I identify as a millennial on the move because I am doing a lot of what I can do. I am not sitting by and just waiting for others to do things for me. I am taking my spot, and I want all of you to do that. Ask yourself, what's your purpose? It can be hard to find our purposes, but for you to find it, you have to take yourself out there and accept to be vulnerable. Remember, don't be afraid to be seen trying. And on that note, I'm also not afraid to be seen trying. I want to welcome you in my journey as well. And it's simple. I want to use art for environment. I want you to bring your artistic nature to care for Mother Earth. And we're having a website launch that is coming up this month. In this website launch, I expect to unveil my first group of artists. And this group of artists will be having their own handmade canvases, paintings, and these paintings are there for you, for the art lovers to purchase them. I want you to know that for every painting you purchase, it goes to a good cause, that is the environmental cause, and we'll be inviting you to plant trees as well with us as a group of artists. In these gatherings, we'll be having performances, we'll be having opportunities for you to also be hands-on deck with artistic things. I'm also calling for the ones in the fashion industry and designing industry. We're also advocating for just fashion trends, and do not be left out in this movement. We need your take. We need people to realize that what you wear speaks a lot about how much you care for the environment too. So for the designers, I would want to work with you. Let us create some just fashion pieces and have a runway for it.